Welcome at lunch. For main we are going to have the savory sampan beans, 300 grams. We're going to have the 25 gram guava isotonic drink. We're going to have the 55 gram banana maize bar. We might have to do the cheese. The salt and tomato sauce is just here if I want to use them. We're going to have 1 packet of 2 pieces of gum, menthol flavored, as well as the breakfast, and 3 after Super C sweets. I see this one as it's a bit broken, so I'll just go and warm up lunch and I'll be back. Okay, I've got the food warmed up. Let's quickly do the isotonic drink. You can see the ingredients and the preparation instructions. You can see the powder is a light orange. You can't really tell from the smell that it's guava. Okay, we're going to have the savory sampan beans, 300 grams. Samp is dried maize that was slightly crushed and then boiled. It's almost like very rough or very coarse porridge. It's eaten as a accompaniment with a saucy dish. It's normally for lunch or dinner. This has a slight cumin smell. You can't really see, it's nice and dark in there. You can see the beans, the white is the samp. See, there's a nice sauce. It's nice and fragrant. There's a slight tomatoiness. There's a smell of cumin. You can taste the beans, you can taste the samp. The beans overwhelms the samp a bit. There's a slight little burn. Let's try a bit of cheese. Let's add a bit of cheese. The cheese add a bit of extra flavor. I think this dish is salty enough. I'm not going to add salt. It's a slight tomatoey, but I'm not going to add any ketchup or anything else to it. It's very nice and light. It's a slight burn to it, but it's not so that a person that don't like hot food won't like it. It's very mild, nice and flavorful. Quite a nice dish for a vegetarian dish. But that is a really nice dish. Let's check out the maize bar. This have a banana smell to it. It's dark. And it's chocolate covered. It's grainy inside and orange or yellow. There's a slight crunch to this. It tastes like a protein bar. It's slightly crumbly inside. Slight banana taste, not too overwhelming. It does taste like artificial banana. The guava drink is very orange. It tastes like Kool-Aid or Drinko Pop. It doesn't really taste guava-ish. It tastes more like I don't know, some indeterminable. You can't really taste. It's just like a cool drink with a fruity taste. Again, this is just Super C's, the same we had at breakfast. See, this one is a bit crushed. You can just see the graininess again. Super C's is nice and crunchy. We just have the same kind of gum. It's menthol, it's very strong. And that was lunch. I was pleasantly surprised with the samp beans. I never had it before. I thought you would miss the meat with the samp, but the beans are nice. The guava as a tonic drink is a bit disappointing because you don't really taste guava. It is just a fruity taste. The banana maize bar was quite nice. I thought it would taste more banana, but it didn't. It's not just a nice light taste of banana, so it's not overwhelming. The cheese go nice with the samp and beans. So it's a nice little lunch. See you at dinner. Welcome at dinner. We're going to have the lentils, beans and veg, 150 grams, and we're going to have the savory rice, also 150 grams. We're going to have the noodle snack, vegetables. This is somewhat squashed, so I hope this is how it should be. We're going to have the strawberry, lactose-free milkshake. It's about 50 grams. We're going to have the rooibos tea. I'm not going to use the sugar and the creamer. I might use the salt. I've got the chutney because it's the savory rice has got a slightly curry flavor. 2 packets of chewing gum, so it's 4 pieces. And we have 3 Super C's. I'll just go and get water and warm up the mains, and then I'll be back. Okay, let's just mix up everything. I've got a cup of cold water for the vanilla lactose-free nutritional shake. I'm going to use my fork to mix it. You just see a white powder. Sorry, this is strawberry. You can see it's slightly pink, it's nice and frothy. You can smell strawberry. It's still very watery. Let's just set it aside a bit. This is rooibos tea. It's indigenous to South Africa. It occurs in the Western Cape region and I think in parts of the Eastern Cape as well. It's in the Fynbos region. You harvest the whole plant. It's not just leaves that are used. Some of the stems are also included. You can see the tea is it's a reddish color, and that's why they call it rooibos. You can see the red color. This noodle snack is somewhat crushed. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but it's quite finely crushed, so I'm just gonna... They also don't say how much water to use. I'm sort of just gonna guesstimate. You can see in there, it's just white. I don't know if this is a snack, soup, or what it is. I'm just gonna set this aside for now to rehydrate. That brings us to the mains. This is the savory rice. I can feel it was very sheet-like when it was cold. This is not as sheet-like as it was. You can feel it's nice and airy. It opens quite easily. You can smell cumin. You can see some turmeric in there. You can see it shakes loose easily. There's some vegetables in there. It's a nice curry smell. If you don't like cumin, you will be disappointed in the SA rations because most of their stuff has cumin in it. Even if it isn't, the only stuff that doesn't have cumin in it so far was, I think, the pastas I've tasted. You can see the rice just falls out quite easily from the packet. Let's check out the rice first. You can see there it is still sheets, but it's very loose. It's not very compact. Not like when you warm this in the microwave, it stays quite compact. I think the best way to reheat this stuff is in the pouches in water. You can see the nice yellow color, graininess of the rice, slight savory curry burn. You can see there's a vegetable, a bean there. This definitely has slight curry burn or pepper, I'm not sure which one, but it's nice and flavorful. This is the lentils and vegetables. Both of these are 150 grams. It means that overall you get 50 grams less in the vegetarian meal than you get in the normal meals. Here is the lentils and beans and vegetables. So it's got a reddish color. It tastes very tomatoey. Not really a strong burn in it. It tastes very like cool beans, those tins you get. The beans and lentils are very soft. Let's just mix it with the rice a bit. Let's take a little taste. The curry in the rice sort of overwhelms the tomatoiness a bit. It changes the flavor profile some. You get the nice little burn then. It does liven up the dish a bit. Let's try some chutney on here. The chutney provides a little sweetness to the dish. This is very flavorful. The beans I think will do well with samp or something else as well. The only problem I have with this savory rice is that the cumin curry flavor sort of overwhelms everything that it comes into contact with. Let's check out the tea. You can see it's much darker now. You can still see the redness of the tea some. I don't know if it shows on camera. It's got a much lighter tea taste than normal black tea. It's a much lighter flavor profile. It's not as bitter. It's a quite nice tea. Let's check out the snack. You can see there's some pasta in there. It's very thick. It's quite nice. You can see when I use the fork, very saucy, very thick. I'm glad I didn't put in too much water. This is a nice little snack. This soup was this noodle snack was a bit salty, so I added a bit more water just to thin it down, because they don't really say how much water to add. It really toned down the saltiness a bit, but it's a bit bland. It's not really a wow taste. Just slight vegetable, and there's still the noodles inside. Now let's get to this. You can see it's nice and frothy. It's sweet, strawberry. It's got a nice froth on top. It's a bit thick, not very, but slightly thick. I think there's some starch in there. Very sweet. It's a nice, you can use this drink as a dessert. I'm not going to use the salt on the meal, on any of it. I think it's salt enough. This is again just the same super C's we had at breakfast and lunch. I'm not going to review them again. And yet again we've got 4 menthol gums. Menthol is very strong. It really dominates your tasting profile. It clears out your sinuses. It's a nice way to end the meal. I'm still going to finish this. I'm not going to taste the mint now, but I know how it tastes. It's very strong tasting. If you don't like strong mint flavors, this is not the mint for you, or the gum for you. We did have some sugar and milk if you wanted to use it in your rooibos tea. I don't like to use it in my tea, but you had the option. And then we just had the matches, some food tablets, and some water purification tablets we didn't use. These fuel tablets, I used it, tested out in another video, and I couldn't really smell a bad smell from them. I did it outside though, but I was quite close to it at one stage, and it didn't really have a strong smell, which I hear isn't true for all of these fuel tablets. The only bad thing about South African stuff is there's no stormproof matches. Although they give you quite a lot of matches, you don't have any stormproof stuff. I've not yet used the water purification powder. Just check out the tea again before we leave. You can see it's a bit darker now. The taste has strengthened a bit, but it's still not as strong as normal black tea. It's a nice light tea. Normally when you like rooibos, you don't like black tea, or if you like black tea, you don't like rooibos. I don't really care about the two. I don't really particularly like either of them, but rooibos isn't that bad. And for the main meal, it was nice. It was nicer than I thought it would be. The lentils isn't overwhelming everything else. The beans does overwhelm a bit, but if you mix it with the rice, it tones down the strong dry bean taste. And it's a nice flavorful meal. Thanks for joining me for dinner. Please subscribe to my channel. If you want to donate some money, you can buy me vouchers at MRE Mountain, US. Thanks for watching.